The phenomenon comes straight from a horror movie, tiny parasites living inside of you. While we like to think that our clean lifestyles help prevent infestation, sometimes it can't be helped. Here's a list of tiny parasites that live inside you. Brain-eating amoeba. The brain-eating amoeba is the stuff from our nightmares. This parasite attacks the human nervous system and can cause nausea, loss of smell and taste, fever, headache, chills, stiff neck, and vomiting, all within 1 to 7 days after infestation. Secondary symptoms include hallucinations, seizures, lack of attention, and confusion. Most of the time, the parasite is diagnosed too late, and death is inevitable for the affected about 7 to 14 days later. Toxoplasma gondii. This parasite grows and reproduces in the intestines of house cats and rodents. When the parasite infects rodents, they cause the rodent to be attracted to the smell of female urine, making them an easy target to the infected host. If a human were to become infected, it becomes a classic case of Jekyll and Hyde, where the host experiences schizophrenia, slow reaction times, and self-mutilation. Guinea worm. The guinea worm lays its eggs in stagnant water, and the larvae attach themselves to water fleas. If someone drinks water with water fleas or decides to go swimming in the contaminated water, then they are at a high risk of becoming infected. After the fleas die, the worm continues to live on. What is even scarier is that the worm can grow up to 3 feet long and will eventually try to weasel its way out of its host, causing a burning sensation. The host can find relief by swimming in cool water, where the worm will then expel its eggs through the wound, thus continuing the vicious cycle. GIARDIA. This parasite alone is enough for anyone to want to swear off drinking tap or untreated water. The Giardia can be ingested through contaminated water and finds its home in your small intestine. The results are smelly and so uncomfortable, your doctor will become your best friend. Symptoms of infestation include really smelly gas, diarrhea, stomach cramps, burping, and bad breath. The results from the symptoms include dehydration and weight loss, which can cause death. Pinworm. The pinworm is pretty common in children. Pinworm eggs can be transferred through food, contaminated hands, and water. The most common symptom is itching in the anus, and if you're a male, itching in the area between the family jewels and the anus. Scabies. Scabies are pretty common, especially in the country. Scabies are tiny little mites that burrow into the victim's skin, which can range from humans to cats to dogs and other animals. Known as the itch, scabies can be transferred skin to skin as well as by scratching. Scabies can also be spread through keyboards, clothing, towels, toilets, bedding, furniture, and more. Basically, you don't want to touch anyone or anything that's infested. African eyeworm. Also known as the loa loa, the African eyeworm dwells on the blood underneath the skin. The worm is relatively painless unless it is traveling from eye to eye or to the bridge of the nose. Some victims of the parasite have even reported seeing the worm crawl across their eye. The worm also goes fairly undetected until it hits the whites in the victim's eyes. The vampire fish. Unless you live in the Amazon, you'll hopefully never have to worry about the vampire fish, which is a 1-inch long parasitic catfish that depends on blood to survive. Some of the most intense horror stories include the fish crawling up a person's urethra and letting out painful spikes to prevent it from being removed. When that happens, the victim goes through intense pain, bleeding, and even death. Tapeworm. You hear about people using tapeworms as a way to diet and lose weight, but all joking aside, the tapeworm is a serious problem that is trending all over the world from eating uncooked meat and infected animals. The tapeworm finds its home in the intestines and absorbs all the nutrients being consumed by the host. The worms can be expelled through bowel movements, but severe cases have been known to see the worm transferred to the heart, liver, or brain. In this case, the tapeworm parasite can become fatal. Roundworm. The roundworm is the most common parasite to affect humans, especially in farming communities where human feces are used as fertilizer. The larvae hatch after being consumed, then they burrow into the lower intestines before moving on to the heart and lung. The roundworm can live undetected for the most part, but symptoms include coughing up blood, trouble breathing, and worms in vomit and stool. Luckily, the roundworm epidemic is treatable with proper medication. That was truly fascinating and eye-opening. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more incredible facts like these. And don't forget to drop us a little comment down below before you leave. Thanks for watching.